Hi everyone, welcome back to our online classes. This is Valeria and she's going to be demoing the class today. This class is done with a fit ball. So you're looking for something that has a little bit of give, but you want it to be firm as well so that you can use it to help perform the moves. In addition to a fit ball, it's not a bad idea to have a block around. The block offers you a lot more stability. The ball challenges your balance. So if you want something a little bit less intense, a little bit less challenging, you can always swap to the block for any of the poses that we're going to do. Let's get started. So Valeria is going to bring the ball to her lap. And you can rest your hands on the ball, close your eyes, and take a couple of deep breaths. Think about supercharging that ball with positive energy, intention, light, all the things that you want to bring into your practice today. And as you use the ball to flow throughout the next 40 minutes, you're going to take all that energy with you and you're going to let it build. Deep inhales, long exhales, putting all of your intention, all the positivity into the ball. Couple more deep breaths. When you're ready, place the ball in front of you, roll it out in front of you, and come into a forward stretch. Valeria is placing her hands on the ball. If you want a little less intensity for your hips, you can always bring it closer and put it under your elbows. Both feel really good, so test it out, see what feels better as you're starting to warm up here. One more breath. From here, go ahead and grab onto the ball, stretch your arms overhead, holding that ball overhead, and start to take a little side bend in any direction. Couple of breaths there, slowly sipping in the air, taking your time to stretch a little more deeply. Inhale and exhale. When you come back through center, inhale and then take it over to the other side. There's no rush here. Give yourself time to get into the stretch. Bringing it back up through center, placing the ball in front of you and rolling forward again. We're going to do that a total of 3 times. Inhale and exhale. I made a joke when we did this class in person that this class is somewhat of a sneak attack because we start nice and chill. When you're ready, Valeria, you can bring it overhead, go for the side bends. We start nice and chill, and then slowly the intensity starts to build. So it's a little different sensation practicing with the ball. In your own time, switching to the other side whenever you're ready. You could really feel your shoulders, your chest starting to activate when you hold that ball overhead. Okay, for our third and final round, go ahead and roll it forward. Stretch and breathe. Inhale, exhale. Feel your hips and your back gently starting to warm up. Good, go for it. Whenever you're ready to take your side bends. Sipping in the air. Not taking big gulps, but slowly letting the air, the breath, fill your body as you move. This time, when we come back through center, we're just going to reach the ball straight out in front of us. Let your hands press into the ball a little more and try to relax your shoulders a little. On your inhale, take the ball and your gaze overhead. Open up your chest, your chin, your throat. And as you exhale, bring the ball back to the mat in front of you. Take your gaze down.
Are we rounding the back end?
Yeah, you can round your back if that feels good. Couple more like this. Inhale and exhale. expanding and contracting as you move. More breath. Go ahead from here, just roll forward, take it into that forward fold again. Long exhales. Remembering to supercharge that intention. Out your fingertips into the ball, good vibes. When you're ready, grab the ball, bring it up right in front of you. And we'll take some twists here. So go ahead and reach the ball behind you one way, look back behind you, and take your other hand to that knee. So you can bring your right hand to your left knee. Perfect. Take your gaze back, use your eyes to look back at the ball, and with every exhale, twist a little bit more deeply. Nice breathing, Valeria. Awesome. All right, let's switch sides, bring it back through center, change the hands, take it back. Remembering to breathe, nice and easy. Returning to center. We'll do some side bends again. This time, keep the ball in one hand and take a side bend, bringing your hand or your elbow to the mat next to you. Let's take a moment here to relax our neck by looking up and down. Every time you breathe, just try to stretch the ball a little further. She's able to get her elbow almost completely on the mat. You might not quite be there yet. Take it where it feels good. Let's do the other side. Switching the ball, side bending, using that exhale. Further the stretch. The plant is joining in with you. Okay, we're going to come back through center. Go ahead and put the ball in both hands. Extend your legs into staff pose. As you inhale, stretch the ball forward. As you exhale, take it past your toes or right above your toes. Then inhale, reach the ball overhead. Exhale, past the toes. Keep going at your own pace. Inhale and exhale, just slowly starting to warm up the legs. And I know folding forward so quickly is a little intense for your hamstrings. So if you need to slow it down or spend more time at the bottom, you're welcome to just fold forward and hold that for a second. You have about 30 more seconds here, adding anything you'd like as you fold forward. Breathing a lot. Inhale and exhale. You ready to have some fun with that ball? Okay, we're going to bring it up to seated position. Bend your right leg, and we're going to actually place the ball underneath your toes. Now, you can feel that if you don't have a good grip of the ball, it would be pretty impossible to lift your foot from here. So if you try it out and it just doesn't feel like a rewarding pose for you, feel free to put the ball down and just hug your knee. From here, if Valeria is ready, she's going to slowly start to lift that foot as if she was going to come into half boat pose, half Navasana. Couple more breaths here. She's broadening her chest, shoulders back, and little by little as she gets warmed up, she might feel ready to push her foot into the ball and extend. Remembering to breathe, avoiding holding your breath. Beautiful. You can open up the chest. You can even look up if that feels good. Take one more deep breath. And then when you're ready, you can bring it slowly back down. Nice. We're going to do that same thing on the other side. So take your time to set it up. It's always a good idea to test it out. It takes core strength, but it also takes a little bit of support from your back. So make sure to pull navel to spine so your back feels relaxed. Come about halfway, and when you're ready, you can try to extend fully. Breathing. It's okay. It's normal. Totally normal to lose our balance here. Couple more breaths. Inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, you can bring it down. If you like, Valeria, you can turn sideways for this one to face that way. And now we're going to try with both feet. So this does require a little more core strength. Put the ball under both feet. Get a really good grip with your hands so you won't feel like you're going to slip. Valeria, will you show boat pose first without the ball? So option 1 would be to just kind of grab under your thighs and then gently lift your feet. Spend a little bit of time there, opening up the chest. That would be kind of like your base move. If you're ready to add on with us, you can get the ball. We're going to bring it to the ball of both of our feet and then get a very tight grip. And you need to really bring your heels towards your bottom in order to be able to lift up. Suck your belly in, shoulders back. Take your time. It's okay to lose your balance. Definitely keep your sense of humor on this one. Work on a counterbalance. Breathe. Good. Beautiful. Couple breaths. Stay there as long as it feels good. And come out when you're ready. Woohoo! Great job. Awesome. Okay, so from here, we're going to separate our feet facing the front. And same kind of idea here. We're going to roll that ball forward and then take a couple of side bends. So let's start with that exhale as you roll the ball forward. Getting a nice stretch for the hamstrings. When you're ready, bring it back up. Take the ball overhead and side bend to any direction. Working on straightening the arms little by little, breathing a lot. And then back through the center and over to the other side. Beautiful, Valeria. Awesome. At your own pace. We'll repeat this again 3 times, just like the first round. Rolling it forward. Being patient with your body as it gets warmed up. It really is about using your breath. And you can see she's kind of playing with her feet, flexing, pointing. If that feels good, go for it. This is your practice. And if you feel like adding things on, that's the beauty of yoga. Kind of make it yours. Nice. Let that breath keep flowing. We have one more round, rolling it forward. So nice how the body just, with time, with breath, with practice, things start to really open up for you. Last one, side to side. On this one, let's go ahead and place one hand down on the floor for your deepest stretch. If you want to take that ball and reach it as close to your toes as you can get it. Awesome. Yummy. And over to the other side. I always love that quote that says, most people have no idea how good they're designed to feel. And yoga helps us remember that. All right, so from here, we're gonna come back through center. We're gonna sweep our feet behind us to come up to our knees with the ball now. And it's kind of like our theme today, these little side bends. So when you're ready, take a side bend, a couple breaths to one side. Feel free to adjust the width of your knees if you need to. Couple more deep breaths. And then guess what? Child's pose. Sliding it forward. If you want, you can turn to the side so you have your mat, whatever you need. Breathing. All right, so we're going to come up. Valeria, I'm going to have you face the side in tabletop position with the ball. You're going to reach the right arm forward and send the left leg back. Kind of like a little runner's stretch here. Perfect. Yeah, so avoid dumping the weight into that left wrist. Take your time here to activate your core. Really feel that oppositional stretch from hand to foot. Notice if you started holding your breath. And then when you're ready, get elbow to knee as you round over. Do a couple of those. This is a perfect place to stay and get stronger. If you felt like pressing up into high plank and continuing this, you could. Last 2 breaths. On this next one, bring your left foot forward into a lunge. We're going to bring the ball overhead. Take your left hand on the inside of your knee and take a little side stretch over to the left. Just kind of using her hand to press on her knee. Hips are reaching over to one side while the ball goes in the other direction. Coming back up through center. Here's where we're going to grab on with both hands and basically just hinge forward to bring your armpit right over your knee for a couple of breaths. Good. This is core activation. It's back strength. A really important part of this is pushing into your left foot to feel some stability. You can feel all your core, all your trunk engage. When you're ready, bring it up. And we're going to keep that ball there, but take a twist over your knee. Pushing into the ball. Use your breath. You're welcome to stay here, but Valeria is going to curl her back toes and float her back knee when she feels ready. Good. You can see her pressing the heel back as her head energizes forward. Next challenge, Valeria, is to get the ball in your right hand and put it on the floor in front of you. You can continue the twist as you rotate. Here's a great moment where you can see how if she put the block there instead of the ball, she would be more stable, but we're using the ball today to train new muscles. One more breath. She's doing awesome, making it look easy. And then when you're ready, go ahead and grab the ball. Keep your legs as they are and reach forward again with the armpit over the knee. Don't change your lower body unless you need to rest and bring your knee down. One more breath here. You're doing great, guys. When you're ready, put the ball down and you can just lower down to child's pose. Give yourself a moment there. I know that was some tough work. Doesn't always look like it from the outside, but if you're doing this, you know you can feel that intensity. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's take it back up to tabletop. Now we have the ball in the left hand. We have the right leg back. Connect with your breath. It's so normal. We always kind of tend to dump the weight into that right hand and right shoulder. So lift up and out of it. And then when you're ready, start moving elbow to knee. To not cheat yourself out of the pose, really take your time to feel that contraction in the center as your elbow and knee come together. There's no rush. You want to feel the work happening there. Super good stretch for your back while you work your core. Okay, on this next one, whenever you're ready, step your right foot forward into that kneeling position and bring the ball overhead in your left hand. Right hand goes on the inside of the knee. And we'll take that little half moon stretch over to the right. Notice your breath. It's all about grounding through the front foot. Yes, and then come back through center, both hands on the ball to hinge forward. Go through your little checklist. You need breath. You need stabilization in that front foot. Core is nice and engaged. One more breath here. Yeah, it does help to take the gaze down so you can lengthen through the hands. Awesome. And then bring it back up through the center as we rotate over the front knee. If it gets tough to balance, keep using your right foot. Feel free to stay here or add on with us as she curls the back toes, floats the back knee. One more breath. If and when you're ready, left hand brings the ball to the floor in front of you. Right arm rotates up. Stay with your breath. Here comes our last challenge of this side. Grab the ball, reach it forward as you bring armpit right over the knee, little by little. Inhale, exhale, nice. You can see she's getting lower in the hips as she starts to get more and more warmed up. One more breath, go for it. Peak your pose, intensify, yes. And then child's pose. Awesome work. Inhale and exhale. Our next move is pigeon pose. So just bring your right knee in front, and we're going to take the ball with us for a resting pigeon. So just right knee forward. Roll the ball out in front of you. A couple breaths here to stretch your hips open. Same as before, your hands can rest on the ball or your elbows can rest on the ball. Every time you exhale, try to roll your left hip down. Beautiful. One more breath here. All right, option to stay here or to add on. She's going to bring her right hand to the floor right next to her. She's going to take the ball overhead in her left hand. This is definitely going to intensify her back bend. You can see her adjusting her hips. Sometimes it helps to take your gaze up to the ball. Just open up your chest a little more. Good. Final option would be to reach both hands overhead with that ball and to really take the ball behind you, but only go there if your back feels warmed up and ready. You choose when you're ready to get out of that pose. Nice. Give yourself time to recover. To change sides, we're literally just going to change sides. Bring the other foot forward. Send the right leg back. The ball is your friend today. It's working with you throughout your practice. We have some time here. You can either stay on your elbows like she is or slide it forward to your hands. Do what feels good. You're welcome to stay there. Mm-hmm. All right, now if you're ready, this is where the left hand comes right next to your hip and the ball goes overhead in the right hand. Stabilize your hips. Breathe. Keep rolling your right hip forward. Nice. Little by little, she's making that adjustment to square her hips. And then only if it feels good, she can take both hands overhead, but it doesn't have to happen today. If there's any tension, feel free to bend your elbows too, Valeria, if that helps you go back further. Awesome. Folding forward, breathing. Inhale and exhale. All right, so from here, we're going to curl the toes, press back to downward dog. And you can either stay here a couple breaths or take your flow to reset. Use your breath to guide your moves. And take it all the way back to downward dog. Long exhales. She's got a really nice back stretch going. If your hamstrings are feeling tight at all or your back feels tight, you can bend your knees and let your heels lift. And from here, just start to walk your feet forward. We'll bring them between our hands and grab the ball to sit into chair. You're going to bring the ball to your chest. Good. On your inhale, stretch, and as you exhale, take a twist to one side, bringing the ball to your chest. Use your elbow on the outside of your knee. Let some heat build in your legs. On your next inhale, take the ball out and do the other side. As you exhale, rotate, breathe. On your inhale, come up to standing, reach the ball overhead, take a big breath in, and then just bring the ball to your heart. Okay, Valeria, we're going to do that one more time. You can repeat the same thing, or you can try it in toe stand. Okay, so we're going to come either to chair or to toe stand. You can sit all the way down on your heels if you want. when you're ready, take a twist. Breathing. Changing sides whenever you're ready. Nice. Good balance.
Shaky, shaky.
Good. It's nice to step out of your comfort zone a little, and then you can bring it up to mountain to standing when you're ready. Awesome. Guess what? We're going to do it a third time, but this time we're going to put the ball actually on our calf, and it actually helps to stabilize. So you're going to sit down low into that toe stand or repeat chair. Once you get that nice little squeeze, your heels can lift or stay down depending on how your ankles are feeling, and then try the twist again. This is a nice challenge for your balance. Work on squeezing your knees, your inner thighs. Woo! If you fall, you go ta-da! You keep your sense of humor. Good. Take your time. Make sure you get both sides in. Woo!
Try that again.
Awesome. Use your head to stretch forward more so you won't feel like you're going to fall back so much. There. Perfect. You could stay there forever. We'll have a conversation while you hold that. And then just fold forward in a forward stretch. Take the ball behind your ankles and just kind of spend a moment here in that forward fold. You can bend your knees if you want. Use every exhale to just fold forward more. That was really good. Great job. When you're ready, release the grip. Go ahead and come up to standing. Guess what? We're still going to bring the ball with us. You can face this way. For our first flow, we're going to start in goddess pose here, but we are going to come through this pose quite a few times. So at any time, if you need a little break for your legs, you can rest your elbows into a deeper squat, or come back up, Valeria. You can try lifting your heels, so rising onto your toes. Yeah, one foot, both foot. There's lots of ways you can play here in the center. So let's begin our flow. We're going to turn to the side for lunge, and we're going to extend the ball forward in front of us. You'll notice how she pivoted her back heel. That's really important for you to put all the weight into the other foot and push off the back foot. Relax your shoulders a little. Use your exhale to sit as low as you can go, and we're going to start to let that heat rise. When you're ready, go back through center. Breathe. Sit nice and low. Anything goes here. And then on your next inhale, take it to the back. Breathe. Good. Shoulders back, breath deep. Yeah, awesome. Back through center. All right, here comes our next move. We're going to take it into lunge again. Lifting the back heel, taking your time to practice that balance. And then we're going to hinge forward into pyramid. So you might need to step your back foot in a little. Hinge forward at your hips. Breathe and just reach the ball forward. Good. From there, pyramid. She's going to take the ball and see if she can roll it back a tiny bit further to press onto her shin. Maybe she'll bend her front knee a little to help with that. Yes, and really press back. You got it. Nice, Valeria. She's like, I got this. Hold on. Little adjustment. Okay, from here, ball comes forward under your right hand. Take a twist. Revolving triangle. Now she's got a nice rotation going. If that feels a little tight, you can always bring your hand a little lower, parallel to the floor, but she's got it. When you're ready, drop the top hand, take it back to high lunge for a moment. You're doing great. Let the breath keep flowing. I know this is really tough work. Back through goddess. Woohoo! Let's do all that on the other side. So when you're ready, lunge. Lift the back heel. Breathe. Here comes our tabletop. So step your back foot in a little. Hinge at the hips. Lengthen. Don't forget to breathe. Bring the ball to the floor for pyramid. Focus on the breath. Inhale and exhale. Knee can bend if you need it to. Yes. And then ball under the left hand for revolving triangle. She's making little adjustments so that her back heel can stay grounded. I know this is balance work. High lunge is next. Take your time. Breathe. Back through goddess. Awesome. Woo. Okay, in the second round, we're going to add on. So opening up to that lunge again. We'll repeat all of that. Hinge forward. Lengthen. Pyramid. Revolving triangle is next. High lunge is next. Lifting off into balancing stick or warrior three. Feel free to bend your standing leg. She's got a nice straight leg, but her hamstrings are flexible. From there, she's going to slowly lower the ball to the floor. This is going to be her favorite one. She already told me she's scared for this one. Balancing stick. And I like to bend my base leg first to really get my chest and my belly to my thigh so I can roll forward. And then little by little, as you breathe, you might start to straighten the leg as you roll forward. So good, Valeria, you got it. Okay, you choose when you're ready to land. High lunge. And then we'll come right back into goddess. Woo. It's a small fit ball, but it has big potential. Taking it to the back. Big challenge. Small ball, big challenge. Okay, next move is the hinge. Breathing. Pyramid is next. Making any little adjustments that feel good. Revolving triangle. The ball goes under the left hand. Tee out the right arm. High lunge is next. Okay, now set your mental focus, set your gaze, get ready for warrior three, balancing stick. Transfer the weight. Good. Commit to it. And then standing splits. Take your time. Standing leg can bend. Breathe. Yes. When you're ready, take it back to high lunge. Back through the center in goddess. All right, here comes our last round to really feel it in our body and our muscles and bones and joints. So take your time, use your breath. I'm just going to cue the name of the pose. So we're starting with high lunge. And from there we move to the hinge when you're ready. Pyramid is next. Revolving triangle. High lunge. Warrior three. Standing splits. And then take it through goddess. Good. High lunge. Hinge. pyramid, revolving triangle, high lunge, breathe, balancing stick or warrior three, standing splits, beautiful, nice control. And we're going to bring it back through goddess, this time for a couple breaths. You're welcome to rest your elbows on your knees, or maybe you want to take a prasarita and fold forward, lifting your hips just to give your hamstrings a little break. Inhale and exhale. Feel free to add some spinal twists, anything that feels good through the center here. That was really good work. So we're going to move on to triangle here. So pivot, either foot open. You can take the ball under your hand or you can reach it overhead, whatever feels better. What's nice about this ball under her hand is that she can't really dump her weight, because if she does, she loses her balance. So it teaches you to engage your core, to use your back muscles, and then really lengthen up through that top arm. We've got one more breath here. Now wrap the top hand behind your back, set up for half moon, look down at the floor. She's like, oh no, you got this, Valeria. Transfer your weight. Good. You can keep it right there, or you can extend the top arm, whatever feels good here. Beautiful. All right, back through center. Sit down low. And then get ready to do it on the other side. Triangle. Breathing. Okay, wrap the top arm behind your back. Prepare for half moon. You look down at that foot. If your foot's at 12 o'clock, you're going to take the ball to 2 o'clock. Beautiful alignment. If you're ready, you can extend the arm. Everything is helping you lift up and out. Okay, back through center. Guess what? One more time, but we're going to add on. So this time you can go right into half moon. Valeria, I'm going to have you take the ball into the top arm this time. Now you can stay right here, opening up that top shoulder. But if you want a little extra fun challenge in sugarcane, you're going to bend the top knee, but as a challenge, you're going to put the ball there to squeeze. Oh. There you go. Nice. Perfect. Okay, now the challenge here is lifting up through that top arm, really stretching up, 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 up. And when you're ready, you can come out of it carefully. So good. We have to do it on the other side. Taking your time to set up.
Let's see if I can get it.
Perfect. Awesome. Inhale and exhale. More breath. And come out of the pose when you're ready. You're doing great. Last few stretches. So this one we're going to start standing, facing this way. And we're going to begin in Padangusthasana. So we're going to place the ball in our left hand. And we're just going to lift our foot to either grab the knee or to hook the big toe. A couple breaths here to really practice balance. And then we're going to reach the ball out as we reach the knee out or the toe out. So a couple of breaths here. Inhale and exhale. From there, tree pose. We'll start with our toes on the floor, reaching the ball overhead. That's one option as you start to side bend, or you can start to slide the foot up to your calf or to your inner thigh. Take your time. You can use your hand on the inside of your knee. The pose or the stretch might be small at first. Give yourself time to practice balancing there. When you're ready, you can come out of the pose. And mountain. Take a breath, shake out your hips. All right, we're going to do that on the other side. So we started with Padangusthasana, either grabbing the knee or the toe. You're rooted through your heel, through your foot, and you're rising through the top of your head. Take your time, breathe a little more. Tree pose is next. The foot can rest on the floor, the calf, or the thigh. Just don't put it right on your knee. Begin that side bend when you're ready. Focus on your breath. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, back to mountain pose. And be still here. Very good. Okay, we're going to bring it down to the floor for our final stretches. So you can take a seat in staff with your feet pointing forward. And we are from here going to lie on our back, but I just wanted to say you can put the ball between either your ankles or your knees for this next one. So just lie on your back. And you're kind of going to play toss with yourself. So you can toss the ball between your hands and feet and then extend. Do that a couple times. If it's a little challenging to do that from your ankles, then you can put the ball between your knees. So a couple more like that, just to stretch your back, really release any of the tension that you might still be carrying here. Last two. Nice, Valeria. Okay, on this last one, go ahead and put the ball between your knees. So readjust, place it between your knees, bring your knees to your chest, and we'll take a spinal twist. Your choice if you want to extend your legs as you squeeze the ball. Last breath on this side, and then change sides. From here, right back through center. All right, option one is supported bridge. Maybe you want to lift your bottom and put the ball under your glutes. I love how this feels. You can either stretch your legs straight on the mat, you can pedal them out in the air. Feels so good to just open up your pelvis, your hips, your low back. Option two, if you want one final stretch for your hamstrings, would be the opposite, to take it into plow. So you could put the ball back between your ankles and then let your feet go up and over. Feel free to adjust your ponytail, Valeria. Yeah, so sometimes when you're laying down, you gotta take that ponytail out of the way to go over. She's gonna put her hands towards her back pockets, elbows are under her body, and she's just taking her feet up and over. Breathing. Inhale and exhale. More breath. When you're ready to come out of the pose, roll down slow. And then any final little poses you want to do, where you can find your final resting pose. Right about now, you probably want to throw the ball at the camera. You did so good, guys. Great job, Valeria. Till next time. Woohoo!